Hello, everyone. It's Mike Merker with the People Solving Impossible Puzzles. It's a podcast. We're at episode 33, and we have a hi. And we have Emily Sobel. Emily, tell me all about yourself.
Hi, I'm 10 years old. Uh, I He's my uncle.
I'm your uncle, yeah.
Yeah. I have a little brother with autism. He's 5. I like to make bracelets. I've taken a babysitter's course. I know CPR and stuff.
Now, to be honest with our guests, we had a practice session yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Some of the things we were learning about is Emily's love for squishies. Do you want to show your box of squishies? Amazing.
If I can get my binder out. 1 second. I have a giant thing.
Oh my God, there's hundreds of crazy squishies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have about 90, 92, I'm pretty sure.
92 squishies. How come squishies are such a lovely collector's item in
Well, right now they're really hard to find, and I don't know, they're really popular, but I like them because they're perfect. You have trouble focusing, I have trouble focusing, and I just like to squish it while I do whatever I have to focus on.
I also have trouble focusing, and I have my song puzzles that I play with, and people don't know, but under the desk here, where you can't see it, I'm always fidgeting, and I've even been told, make sure you're fidgeting so you don't interrupt everyone, Michael. Yes, and adults, are adults just big kids?
They can be, I guess. Yeah.
And fidgeting is everyone has short attention span.
Yeah.
So we all need our fidgets and our little objects. And you're a squish. You like the squish ones.
Yeah.
You're not
like
so into I guess girls like different toys than boys. When I was younger, it was a lot of Lego and a lot of Pog, milk caps.
Actually, right beside me, I have a couple Legos that I built.
Oh.
Ice cream.
Amazing.
And I have the cafe.
Amazing. Wow, lovely. And you took a babysitter's course recently? And I'm using some jokes from yesterday. I have 5 kids. Should I be taking a babysitting course?
Technically you don't really need to, but I think, it could be helpful. Let's say when something was happening to one of your kids, maybe it would be important to know how to do CPR and stuff. Babysitter's course also teaches long just how to keep a child entertained for an hour though. It's not meant for long term, but I guess it teaches you skills that you would need.
Every parent needs to know how to babysit at least. It's not even called babysitting. It's called parenting.
Yeah. Full-time babysitting basically.
Interesting. And how have you been babysitting for a while? How long have you been babysitting?
Well, I haven't done a thing yet. I babysit my brother often, but my parents are just upstairs and they're not in the room. I also, when I'm at your house, I like to Mandy goes upstairs with Gilad, and then I hang out with Ami and the other kids.
Ami, I was just watching Ami for a couple hours, and he is just so cute. He is 2 years old, and he has his long curly hair, and he loves to eat everything. He will eat everything. He will eat toys. He will eat
ice cubes.
He will eat
favorite thing.
He is a gobbler. He's a cute. When you're so cute, you can get away with anything. He is just so cute. And how's school? And again, we cheated because we practiced yesterday, but tell me all about school.
Can I just pause? Dad, I'm filming right now. Sorry.
It's okay. This is uncut, and children, I'm filming right now. Everyone stop screaming. I always joke that the podcast runs until Mandy, your aunt, my wife, my wife slash disciplinarian, until the podcast goes until my wife starts screaming, Michael,
Yeah.
Michael, we don't have time for podcasts. You should be doing other more important things. And so that sometimes actually comes directly into the background noise, and people are like, "What's that in the background?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's just a YouTube video." And people are like, "No, that's pretty authentic wife yelling." You know? And school.
Yeah.
You're in grade 5. What
Yeah.
subjects did you have today?
Oh, today, I'm trying to think. So, first we have literacy for a period. 1 second. Yeah? Why? I'm doing the podcast. I'll come down and, like, oh,
We can have a pause. We can pause for a couple minutes.
Dad, I'm filming right now. How much longer do you want to film for? Like,
It's
20
optional.
minutes?
We could do 10 minutes or
Yeah, 20 minutes.
20.
I'll come swimming in 20 minutes.
I know exactly that feeling. I have
Yeah.
5 kids. Michael or Daddy.
No, my dad wants me to go swim. To go swimming. Yeah.
Oh, you have swimming. Amazing.
No, in my pool, like downstairs.
Amazing. The old backyard pool, always nice,
Yeah.
always fun.
Yeah.
What else? Tell me about school. What classes are we taking?
Oh yeah, I'll just tell you the schedule from today. Yeah. So we had literacy, and then we had a short period of health. But instead of having health, our teachers just let us have snack early.
Mm.
And then we just had snack for 20 extra minutes, and then we had recess, and then we went to the library. So it was really cool. We got to do the makerspace today.
Makerspace. What's that?
So yeah, I was telling you a little bit about it yesterday. So it's like, our librarian, she has like this whole program. So she gives us, like, let's say the theme was build like a house or something. We have to like take the things that she has around the library. She has like different building things. She has cardboard, paper, like everything we need, and we have to like build stuff to make a house. And then she might give us like to make it sturdy. It's like our teacher brought us these like weights, and then she said, we're gonna see if your structure can hold the weights. And it was a kilogram, so it's really heavy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the makerspace is about, you have objects. There's physical objects.
Yeah.
You're learning. It's a learning with your hands
Yeah.
kind of way.
At our
And
school, we call it STEM.
STEM. And what does STEM stand for?
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
I love STEM. Do you like STEM?
Yeah.
And science, technology, engineering, and math. There are a lot of toys. Every time I go to Walmart or go to what used to be a toy store, Toys R Us,
Toys R Us
closed down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Staples, looking at toys at
Yeah.
Staples. There always is like a STEM section where it's like sciencey toys or coding toys or very like tech toys.
Yeah.
And they always look and feel different. They're always a little bit fancier, schmancier. And I love STEM toys. And what about English or literacy? Is that a fun class or is it a booby class?
So actually, I like literacy a lot. So our class actually has a podcast that we listen to. It's called the 6-Minute Podcast. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
A 6-minute podcast.
It's not actually a podcast. It's like basically a TV show in a way, but it's like no photos. It's actually really interesting. It's about this girl who. So I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's watching that maybe is watching it.
No spoilers.
Yeah, a lot happens, but I'll just give like the first episode, kind of. So they find this girl in a lake. Her name's Holiday, and basically from there they learn that she's not actually like a human, and that she was made at this place called Whittier Labs, and they're like and the Whittier Lab is like trying to find them, and it's just really cool. We listen to it in literacy.
It's a podcast. What we're doing right now a podcast?
Yeah, but the podcast I watch at school, it's not. I wouldn't actually call it a podcast, to be honest. It's more of like a TV show that's on YouTube, to be honest.
Oh,
but it doesn't have photos.
so it's kind of like the
Yeah.
focus is the talking or the sound. That's right. The difference between like a video on YouTube and a
Yeah.
podcast on YouTube is that podcast, I'm learning this also. Podcast
Yeah.
usually means the focus is talking or telling
Yeah.
stories, so much so that like if even if you're watching on YouTube, you don't have to be like watching it. You
Yeah.
can just be listening
So
to it
this
because
podcast that so the podcast that I watch called LOL podcast. It's a very popular podcast, and I usually watch it while I make bracelets or I 3D print things on my 3D printer pen.
you have a 3D printer pen.
Yeah, so it's not like a 3D printer. It's like I can get it to show you.
Yeah, I'd love to see. I love 3D printing.
Yeah, I saw one of your videos. You have a 3D printer now.
So all the 3D printing stuff I have, my cousin gave me as gifts, and it's not at.
No, I
it's
saw
not,
you have a 3D printer in a video.
so that I was filming at, like a friend of mine has a 3D printer, and a cousin of mine does,
Yeah.
and
Once you plug it in, you put it to the heat that you want. You press up, and then you load in the filament through here,
yes,
and then you press the down arrow for it to come out, and the up arrow to get the new filament in, and take that filament out. But it gets really hot over here.
so there's so many different types of 3D printing. There's a pen for like I guess draw printing.
Yeah,
Printing is a funny word because printing used to mean printing still means it's in 2026 printing means ink on paper. Like a printer is a device that turns what you have on your computer screen to put ink on a piece of paper. Now we're talking about like real life objects. So like it's like a pen that 3D prints. So it's not really it's like a 3D writing device. Oh wow. Oh, so you made that? Wow.
And then sometimes when I'm like feeling like I don't have an idea of what to make, but I want to make some of my pen and make these little towers of color.
I also have. I'm actually sitting around a bunch of trinkets. I have all sorts of like 3D printed objects.
Oh yeah, those.
I also have like a flower, a pottery flower that I painted.
Yeah.
And I have what else? I have like charts of like colored charts. These are like song puzzle charts, and then I have numbers. Yeah, and then I have stuff like this. And I've been called a big kid. Someone's like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, "I'd rather not say." They're like, "You can't be playing with blocks all day." And I'm like, "Oh, but a little bit."
So, a friend of mine has a 3D printer, and he 3D prints all of these, so I've been buying.
Oh, let's see some of those beautiful ones.
Lemon.
Amazing.
Golden apple.
Oh.
Oranges.
I love it.
Sushis.
Oh, can you show the sushi again a bit slower?
Yeah.
Sushi.
Another
I love it. I love it. I love it.
There's also the sushi. I have a bunch more in here.
And someone was requesting they wanted me to interview or do a podcast with a doctor as a guest.
Yeah,
was that you? Why did you want to?
I want to be a doctor when I'm older, and I'm very interested in like doctor stuff. And I was hoping you would ask them like some like things that they've like happened while they were like during a shift and like
You want to
learn
sort of
about it, basically.
learn from a doctor who's a doctor, an adult doctor who works as a doctor. And what kind of questions should we ask the doctor?
Well, first I was hoping it could be like an ER doctor. I don't know if you could. Yeah.
I could try.
I want to know.
I could try. I can message one right now. Do I know any ER doctors? To be honest, and podcasting is all about being really honest and open.
Yeah.
And I there were a lot of, I guess, friends or friends of friends or people I've met, and I asked them, "Would you like to be a guest?" Now, some people say, a lot of people say, "No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
don't
Also,
think
some
so."
people don't want to be like on YouTube sharing their identity and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
So yeah, there's some people who are like no, and they don't say no. There's some people who are like no, I don't feel comfortable, and there's other
Yeah.
people be like, well, I've never done anything like that before, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you've been a teacher for 20 years. What do you mean? They're like, well, I never was interviewed in like a
Yeah.
video that goes public, that like will be seen like 1,000 times. I'm like, but you've worked as a teacher for 20 years.
Yeah.
You
Million of people have watched you
yeah,
teach.
yeah, like what's the difference between you teaching versus me interviewing you or chatting with you? They're like,
Yeah.
well, that teaching is in a classroom, and I
You
know
know
what
the
I'm.
people
You
though.
know what you know what it's like. So
Yeah.
I've learned that it's important sometimes to explain to people. Send them a previous episode, and
Yeah.
there's some people who are like, well, I don't want to be interviewed, or I don't want to talk until we meet first. And I'm like, sure, okay. And then when you meet them, they start telling all these stories, and I'm like, oh, that's the podcast. I'm like, why did we? I'm like, that's what the podcast is. They're like, what?
Why
What
did
do
we
you
film
mean?
this?
That's just me talking about my life. And I'm like, that's entertaining. I want to know
Yeah.
about that. And they're like, but I'm just a doctor, being a doctor. I'm like, well, I'm not a doctor. Emily Sobel's not a doctor. Mike Merker's not a doctor. We want to
we're
know
just
what's
learning.
going on with the doctors. And the doctors are like, you want to know about me? But I'm just a doctor. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to know. Many people want to know. And it's interesting because everyone's interesting. A friend of
Yeah.
mine's like, I'm just a music journalist and guitar teacher, and I
Yeah.
lived in India for a couple years. I'm no one special. I'm like, no, that's very special. And they're like, so everyone is used to doing what they do. So if you ask them, like, tell about what you do, they're like, what do you mean? I'm a reporter in California. You know what I do. And I'm like, what's it like being a reporter in California? And it takes time for a person to like
Yeah.
click that like everyone's different. And I don't live in California where there's like
Yeah.
forest fires. I've never reported on a forest fire. And
Like-
and which episodes? You were watching episodes. Which ones were you watching?
I've watched all of them.
You're watching all of them. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to
Cindy told me
reduce
about
the,
it.
I oh, you're one of the biggest fans.